Hey guys, so I thought I would show you what I'm doing here. Actually, realize my microphone not plugged in, so I'm just going to do that. This is super bootleg content, but I hope you don't mind. It's more authentic. So I am trying to build some content, right? And using my Riverside, but I want to record on Riverside on my phone. But when I try and use the Riverside on mobile, it makes me join, right? And so I'm thinking I don't want to use that. And so what I'm doing is I'm going to use Lovable to try and build a teleprompting app, and I'm going to share with you as I do it. So I just added in teleprompting software. So that's all I gave it. So I'll see what it comes up with. So if I can get it to build something that I can just literally um, watch and play back the writing, that would be. And what I'm also going to do is I'm actually going to use Bubble as well. And I'm going to run them side by side. I'm going to see what can it do. So let's have a look here. Bubble's going. It's ready. Holy moly, that is quick. Wow. So let's have a look. It's all the code. It's cool. But where is the app? That is my question. Yeah, sure if I have to publish it in order to see it. Well, I actually can't see it, so that's interesting that copy. Let's have a look at this. Does it work or does it not work? Please publish or update your Lovable project. Okay, it's building now. All right. I want to build a teleprompt application. Taking this time. Bubbles building. So I think what's really interesting with these apps is that they're really, I think they're great for like these types of tools, which is amazing. But I think that what needs to be said is that once it gets complicated and you don't like text is just generally not the best way to handle some issues. Like if you don't know anything about software, yeah, I think it's a great way to kind of interact with your app, go back and forth, back and forth. But unfortunately, like the devil is really in the details in software. So like if you've ever built software, then you'll know that just having something slightly different that you thought it was this and someone else thought it was that. I guess the best way to explain it is if you've ever um, played the game telephone, right? Where you say, oh, but this, and then this, and it goes around in the circle, round in the circle, and it comes back to you. And it's like, well, it kind of sounds like what I said, but it's not quite. And so the dangerous thing, I think, with vibe coding is that on on the uh, on the surface, right, it looks to have done what you think it needs to do. But under the actual code, which you probably don't understand because you're not a software developer, there's like a slight detail missing. And so that slight detail may not be that big a deal, or it's not even missing. It's actually misunderstood what you said. And and so AI, it's not an inherent issue with AI. It's how well you can describe and to what level of detail. And so I would kind of argue that you have to be at a certain technical literacy to be able to explain using AI a certain amount in order for it to work absolutely perfectly. And even then, I don't think it works perfectly. Like if you look at all of the major tech companies like X.com, Elon Musk's company now that he bought, they don't just let AI publish the code, right? Even though 30% of the company is probably higher than that, is creating code using AI, they have code reviews. They have expert developers reviewing and signing off on the code. They don't just let them run loose. So I think that that's something that um, is to be kind of thought about. It's not that simple. So anyway, this is taking a long time to load. Like maybe this is me not knowing how to use Lovable that well, but I would have thought it'd be way easier to like get a preview and check it out. Unfortunately, it's not that easy. See if it's going to render. It's like something's trying to load. It might be because I'm screen sharing right now. Okay, maybe it is loading and it's just taking a bit of time. I'm unsure. Bubble's going, taking a while. You can see that this takes a very long time, right? So if you're like somebody, I think everybody is loving these tools, but At the end of the day, if you're trying to actually validate your problem and get it out to the world, I still think prototyping tools like Visily.ai make the most sense. Like if I'm starting a business tomorrow, I'm using Visily.ai to quickly prototype my ideas and quickly bring them to life. You can use AI in here as well, but it's way, way faster than this and this, right? And I can break things. I can just break it. I think that Visily.ai will help you understand what's going to work and what's not going to work before you then build and vibe code it. I think vibe coding is like a good next step. If you needed to have high functionality, yeah, you can vibe code it and check it out. Um, and for me, I think that that's one of the biggest opportunities. Oh, here we go. Fantastic. It turns out that I just didn't know how to use Lovable. I would say that that button should be bigger if that's where it needs to be. So, all right, cool. Let's see if this works. Enter your script to begin. So you can see, let me just get the script. Hang on. Yeah, it looks good. However, I can't enter my script. Oh, here we go. Can. Just turns out I didn't know how to use it. So there you go. That's pretty cool. I just built this for seconds. It would be good to have to be able to get back to the top. So let's go back and fix that. Can you make it so I can scroll back up to the top of the text? All right. So that's going to go in and fix that. Let's see what's Bubble's on. Bubble's still going. So it'd be interesting to see how long that takes to fix. Apparently that's fixed. Let's have a look. Not quite possible, right? Not working properly. Can you fix it? Bubble's still going, taking a while. So let's have a look. Let's have a look, have a look, have a look. Go. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So it's going to scroll the other way. I think these tools are really cool and really interesting. You do tons and tons of stuff to get your MVP out. I think that it's definitely like to do things. There we go. Double scroll. It's pretty cool. You can't scroll while you're playing though, which I think is an issue because that's what I want to do as I'm on screen reading. Yeah. Bubble's still going. Let's just see what's going on here. Definitely pretty impressive no matter what. No matter what I say, it's pretty amazing. It's not scrolling. Well, there we go. Daily limit reached. All right. I think as well, like this is a super expensive way to build if you don't understand the fundamentals versus like when my theory is with AI and developing software, you need to know when to use AI and when not to use AI. AI for everything, I don't think is a good idea. I think it's a waste of money and a waste of time and also waste of energy. So I think that's pretty interesting. All right, let's have a look what Bubble's done here. Let's have a look, have a look, have a look. Grand unveiling. What's the teleprompter? All right, let's go. Does not work. Which is disappointing. AI agent. When I hit play on the teleprompter, can you make it work? Make it play the text. Let's have a look if that will actually work. So Bubble AI agent is finding the text play button and the text group. So this is Visily, guys. Don't have shares in this company, which you'd be right to imagine that I did because I absolutely love it. So I'll show you. I'm going to text prompt some stuff while we're waiting for Bubble to finish. Right there is taking a long time. Like if we compare that to Lovable, it's taking a very long time. So it'd be great to understand why that is. Could be that I'm screen recording right now. So let's not hold that against us. Probably is because I'm screen recording. So what's happening with the screen sizes here? Unsure what's happening. But as you can see, Bubble did quite a good job getting everything together. The functionality is really lacking compared to Lovable. You can see that Lovable has a full-blown app that actually works, even though it's very glitchy on the main user experience thing that I need, right? And this is a really good, I guess, point to make that, like, when you're building stuff, you think that all this other shit is important, but realistically, it's not. It's the little things that your customers actually really, really, really need to work, like that I would prefer to have. Like mirror mode. Do I really need that? No. It's a nice to have. Do I need to be able to scroll up in case it goes too fast and I fuck something up and then to go back? Absolutely. I absolutely need that. If I can't have that, I have to fucking start all the way to the top again, which is insane. So those little things really matter. All right, let's have a look here. Let's see what it's going to do. Okay, cool. Always got to refresh. Again, all this shit that I didn't ask for. I literally just want to be able to play this. AI can do a lot of shit, but it can't do things like the small details that I really, really want and I care about. I know my users care about because I actually need this app right now. AI is not very good at honing in. That's basically like a product manager's job, right? AI is like kind of a first year computer science major, or actually, no, it's probably PhD level computer science. It just builds everything, but it has no fucking direction, has no nuance, right? And so, sure, it's smart, but is it that smart? Starting in 5 seconds. Cool story. What about the fucking prompting and the breakdown? So yeah, it is, if I was to say, maybe it's okay for UI, but even then, like, not very good. So I think Bubble team, you have a lot of work to do ahead of you. I have no doubt you can make it happen, but just being honestly realistic is it's a lot of work to do there. All right, let's do a quick demo of Visily because I feel like it will be valuable. So Visily, generate AI, build me Airbnb's homepage. All right. So you can build using text, or you can use images, and you can even like screenshot using their Chrome plugin, which is kind of cool. And so the idea is, in my opinion, Visily, you can just create net new screens. Like you can create an entire app using Visily like straight away. Obviously, it's loading pretty slow right now because I'm screen sharing. But if you have a design library plus the ability to create custom screens, you can realistically pull together an amazing prototype really quickly. And you might be thinking, well, shit, I I don't want a prototype. I want a full blown app. Well, you see, here's the thing. Unless you're a developer, I think that there are limitations in how far you're going to be able to go with Lovable. I could be wrong, and would love to be proven right. But I personally do not want to run a business when I have no fucking idea how this app actually works. Like, I just wouldn't do it. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. And so, sure, you can use it, prove demand. Right? You should do it like that, right? Definitely build something to prove demand, and that you can make it work. But longer term, you really need to understand how the pie is made. Because if you don't understand how the pie is made, you can't really ask great questions. And if you can't ask great questions, then you can't utilize AI to its fullest extent. And you also can't triple check, like, hey, is the security set up? Is da 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 da. So that's my 2 cents. I'm gonna do more videos on Visily at a later stage, but I actually met with a founder just this week, and she had used Visily, had actually told her to use it, and she literally created a full-on prototype that she's now using to pre-sell, which I think is freaking unreal, right? Yeah, that's the screen there. I'm really not sure what's going on with my page yet, but you can see here, Visily is epic at designing, right? Made up of fake brand, all these fake images. So yeah, you can see right there, it's built perfectly, which is super cool. All right, I'm going to finish up on this video, but I just want to basically do a rundown of vibe coding and vibe coding tools, and just share my open thoughts as I'm building on them. It's probably like a pretty authentic and real video. But yeah, I will chat to you guys later. Leave your comments in the description below.